Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to Game 2 between Team Onyx and Team NP in the Kiev Major NA Qualifiers. And I'm doing something a bit different here. Heard some suggestion on Reddit to cast games from only one team's perspective, and I'm going to try it out. I'm an NP fan, and I'm going to do it from only Team NP's perspective. If you missed it, I already casted Game 1 of this game, and it is already up onto YouTube. And now this is Game 2. This for Team NP's last game here, they did not look too hot. They tried out that Kato Naga Siren strategy that is kind of an oldie for them at this point in time, but it did not work out at all. They did not find the fight that they wanted, and it was definitely based off of Boba's good RP, so no surprise here we see NP banning out the Magnus. They've had trouble with this hero time and time again in these playoffs, and I think they're going to be happy with just taking it out of the game in the first phase, but that's going to let the Abaddon through, a hero that's also been very annoying to deal with. A lot of teams are running it now. Complexity, NP, I mean, the plague has spread to all of NA now. Every single team is picking it up in the first phase. And just to comment on Onyx's bans here, surprised with the IO ban coming out from Onyx. It's a hero that NP actually have a pretty low win rate on, at least in these playoffs alone. They've beat no, they actually have, I think they've lost every single game they picked IO so far in the playoffs. They won a couple with him in the group stages, but as for the playoffs, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure NP lost every single game where they picked IO. And without the IO or the Dazzle, they're not going to have those kind of strong early game laners that can really turn around an engagement, but instead they're going to pick the Ogre Mage, get the Vengeful Spirit for most likely Aoi, and try to go for this tempo push strategy, but that's going to give away the Coddle to Onyx. I'm not so sure why they just let it slip through them there. That's interesting. They're going to favor the Ogre over the Coddle. And we're going to enter the second banning phase. Slaughter ban coming out from Onyx. No surprise. That's a hero that Demon has been playing quite a bit now, while Onyx ban out the Warlock hero they ran themselves in the last game, but it definitely can pair well with a Venge. Either in the laning stage, that's going to allow her to just sustain and play pretty aggressive, just trading attacks back and forth. She's relatively strong in the laning stage with a stun and pretty decent damage and animation. The one weakness is she has pretty low range. NP gonna take out the Lifestealer here as well. Anytime a team gets Lifestealer, it's very annoying to deal with because it kind of forced you into picking a hero that definitely can counter-initiate. Otherwise, if they can get that Lifestealer bomb out, and they still have heroes to do so, they can either go Lifestealer Ember again, and he'll be his vehicle. I mean, you can pick a Centaur at this point as well. Maybe Abaddon's going to support. I mean, they don't know. Hard to tell. The Magnus is out of the pool, so he won't have Empower, but now Onyx is going to be the one spanning up Ember. It's kind of an Envy classic at this point in time, and he's been doing quite well on it. He ended up losing the last few games they actually played Ember, but I mean, he always had a pretty decent game, was like beyond godlike in some of them as well. Unfortunately, he ended up losing still to Complexity. I was thinking of what NP can pick here. They need something to push, I believe, but they have to push against a Coddle, which is the most annoying thing ever. It pretty much clears your creep waves, and it only gives you a limited amount of time to actually hit the tower. Maybe Beastmaster here again. It wouldn't be bad, but it's a bit all in, and they don't know what Onyx is planning here. They don't know at all, and this is going to be a relatively tough pick for them. They're going to think it through using a bit of reserve time. I don't see them pick Envy's hero right away. They might pick SVG's hero. If it's not already the Ogre, they will pick another support, I mean. I'm still assuming the Venge is a carry at this point, and it might turn out not to be. But this is one game from elimination for NP, and they're just going to go with SVG's Elder Titan once again. They seem to like it, and we'll see how it works out here. When it enters like that mid-game stage of the game when Venge starts really hitting hard and Elder Titan has pretty much maxed out natural order, he's devastating these team fights because Vengeful Spirit with her physical damage, aura, as well as that wave of terror coming through, she's going to start melting heroes. Even heroes like Abaddon, his ultimate's going to be popped, and as soon as his ultimate ends, he's going to just get melted pretty much. And I like to see Onyx picking some type of hero to help them against this, but I mean the Dazzle's already taken it. Now that's a hero that can just weave their team and give them a better chance of fighting through. Instead they're gonna get Dubu's Earth Spirit here. I'm assuming NP realized that this would be coming. Onyx pretty much picked up the Earth Spirit every opportunity they can get. In the last game they actually went for the Warlock because they didn't want the double roam. They already had the Ogre, and it seems like the double roam strategy wasn't really working out for them. But this game, since they already have the Coddle, which Demon plays, actually for the team, Dubu actually plays Coddle a lot in pubs, but for the team he plays the Earth Spirit. The Earth Spirit's gonna put a lot of pressure in the lanes, but NP gonna get the Alchemist. I didn't mention this, but I mean they got the Ogre Alchemist Venge strategy that beat them, where Complexity was running it, but now Onyx get the Meepo, and that's gonna pretty much force them to play in a certain way. If they let this Meepo go off, he's just gonna 1v5 their team before the Alchemist gets farmed enough to deal with him.
5 seconds.
But I think if they get past that dangerous stage, and the dangerous stage for the Meepo is when he gets like that level 15, he gets like a Dragon Lance, maybe 2, and then gets the Roshan with that Aegis and a blink dagger. He can just blink in there, kill someone, and then just take over your entire game, and then take your racks incredibly quickly. As long as he can survive that part of the game, I feel like NP can just scale it into the later games and have a pretty decent time against Meepo. Elder Titan is really annoying for him. Even the Venge, she has a lot of single target damage onto one Meepo, and maybe she can like even swap out a Meepo while trying to poof away. And it's definitely a pretty decent lineup to deal with Meepo when it comes later into the game. But I think he still has that timing that they really have to try to stop. Onyx gonna ban out the Axe here, another hero that's very good against Meepo. It's also something that MSS is quite comfortable on, while NP take out the Ursa. That's going to allow Onyx to take Rosh a lot faster, of course, but it lets the Juggernaut through here.
10 seconds to go.
And Jug can be a bit of a problem here. They have the Venge to stop him from spin TPing, so he can't play that aggressively. And I like this last pick coming out from NP with the Winter Wyvern. So is this going to be an offlane Ogre Magi? The Winter Wyvern definitely helps a ton against the Meepo as well as his Juggernaut, as he's mostly physical damage other than his spin, but I don't think his spin can out DPS the heal from the Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace anyway. But then who's actually playing Winter Wyvern? I mean, I'm assuming it's just going to be SVG on Elder Titan, Rose on Winter Wyvern, so MSS is going to be Ogre? And Onyx kind of forcing NP into a bit of unconventional picks here because of their Meepo pick in the second picking phase.
10 seconds
but,
to go.
At the end of the day, I feel like NP have the tools to deal with him, but they have to be very careful. They don't let him snowball out of control. In that case, with the offlane Ogre, they're not going to be able to do anything at all. If the Alchemist gets behind as well, say bye-bye to your games and your chance at Kiev Major. Once again, we'll turn the fog only to Radiant here, as we're actually going to pause for a minute, according to Owie. So Owie indeed will be on the carry Vengeful Spirit, and actually it's going to be the offlane Elder Titan. I forgot about that. Yeah, offlane Elder Titan is a bit better than the offlane Ogre. And the thing is, I don't think MSS has played this hero in quite a while, but they're kind of forced into it. Maybe he has, I don't know, but the only time I've seen them play Elder Titan was on SVG. Rose will be on the Winter Wyvern, and I feel like this can work out. It's just whether MSS is familiar enough on this hero. He's probably played it in the past, but it might be a bit rusty. We'll see how this works out. drawing a line right here, and I think they might be trying to aggro. I see some type of aggro lane out of them actually. Maybe Ogre and Ogre +1 in the top lane. Ogre plus MSS, most likely. We're gonna head bottom. They're gonna smoke out to place their wards. And I think SVG's smoke will be popped here, and he's gonna run straight into Nashgold Jr., otherwise known as Mason. As I said before, Onyx probably got out here and placed their wards already, and as I say that, there's ward icon showing on the minimap. MSS does eventually get his ward out here from smoke, so it should be undetected. They see a ward onto Mason as well. They see Dubu here, so they know that this area is warded somewhere, but they don't know exactly where. And it looks like Onyx have revealed their lane, so they're going to go with the standard lane lineup. Most likely Jug plus Coddle in the safe lane, with the Earth Spirit roaming, Meepo mid, and Abaddon in the off lane. Rose still has a ward to be placed. SVG has a sentry, and can they sleuth out this ward here? It's pretty hard to de-ward. Maybe if they try for this like spot right here, they'll catch it at the edge, but it's in a pretty awkward position right here. Pretty deep in the jungle, and will give vision of supports rotating to the rune. So what's going on here? SVG starting in the bot lane with Aoi. Rose just gonna block mid up for Envy right now, and they're just gonna allow MSS to solo up this top lane. He has a Windlace, so he can outrun the spin until the Jug gets boots, and maybe he's trying to cut the creep wave here, I think. Or either that or block this small camp with his body. It's also a pretty big play if you can get that off, as Coddle kind of relies on that to get his early experience up, but Coddle is actually going to be bottom, and I don't think NP are quite expecting this one. Their camp's going to be blocked as well. SVG is just going to scout that out, and it's going to be an aggro dual lane, or tri-lane I mean, coming out from Onyx. Roll trying to come through onto Aoi, but he's going to get back in time. And he's going to immediately TP top. This might catch MSS off guard here. It might turn around into a kill. Aoi in the meantime, 0 CS so far, and he's going to have a relatively rough lane. And without the pull onto SVG, he can't really control the lane right now. And with the creep wave pushing under the tower as well, it's going to force Aoi to last sit under a tower, and also take a lot of extra harass when the creeps coming in. This is normally how you want to play Coddle in an aggro dueling situation. Just keep blasting the wave in. You might steal some CS from your offlaner, but I don't think he'll mind, because it'll put a lot of pressure onto the enemy carry. And they're going to rotate all 2 supports on the side of NP to try to deal with Demon on the Coddle, but I mean, he's really fast right now, moving at 335 move speed, but you're going to get the stun onto Bulba. Instead, he's going to be able to remove the slow with the shield, and with the Coddle Blast flying through, they have to wash themselves. Going for these type of aggressive plays onto an Abaddon and Coddle, it can easily get turned around on you. And SVG doesn't even have the Ignite, leveling that level 1 point in the Bloodlust, hoping that he could have just played more aggressive in this lane, having to deal with maybe just like the Earth Spirit or something, not the Coddle, because Ogre is pretty good against Earth Spirit, but he's not very good against Coddle, as Coddle does not care about his armor. That Coddle Blast will do the damage regardless. And I would say his armor is his strongest attribute in this early game stages. Did they get this pull off to the side? They really need to get some experience in this lane. They're just sharing it through all the heroes, and Aoi's going to be very underleveled because of this. As he needs these heroes to help safeguard him, but because they're sapping his levels, they're not getting any pulls off, because this one's blocked. I mean, being underleveled on Avenge is never ideal unless you have a very strong like pushing lineup and you're making use of the ability to take towers very early, but I don't see that be possible this game against a Coddle. As for the mid lane, I think Envy is going to do just fine. We'll see him rotate out at the 5-minute mark as he normally does. And the early game is going to be relatively slow from both teams here. The only aggressive hero on the side of Onyx is the Earth Spirit, and he is just missing off the map at this point in time. He might show top at any time, or he might show bottom. NP don't really know that, but they're focusing on helping Aoi out. The two supports definitely holding it down here, while MS is kind of pretty far up. If I was him, I might be worrying of Earth Spirit coming in sometime soon. And oh, he shows himself here, so not gonna be as dangerous as I called for. As he's only level 2, about to hit level 3, and he will have it now. And that's gonna be 2 points in his stun. This is normally the build that Earth Spirit used to go for. MSS gonna run himself away, try to take this bounty rune. I'd be surprised if I see Earth Spirit roll onto him here to try to grab it. Nope. Envy finds a bottle DD for himself. Both him and the Meepo actually gonna rotate into the jungle very soon. But if we look at Abed, he's actually a lot higher level than Envy, about a whole level ahead, because he's able to jungle at the same time as he is able to lane because of the two Meepos. And now, Dubu will finally find that kill onto MSS, and I called for it. He wasn't really cautious enough, and as nighttime hit, Dubu found a nice roll onto him, and with the level 2 and stun, they're able to lock him down long enough for the Jug to finish off that kill. And TP rotation came in from the Ogre as well. It's going to leave Aoi pretty vulnerable bottom, and as I say that, they're going to try to run him down. Abaddon's up to level 4, same level as Aoi. Kato is level 3. So they're going to start working on his tower here. He's going to have to dodge this Kato blast. He will dodge it, but in the meantime he got hit up by the Abaddon. But in the top lane, MSS got a kill onto Mason. How?
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
I actually don't know how that was possible. He just got outplayed. With that, I think with the Ogre buff onto him, he was able to just run him down, and he played too greedy in the lane and underestimating the damage output coming out from Elder Titan, as he hits hard when he gets a lot of creeps in his Astral Spirit. The map looking a bit dark now for NP. Envy has rotated into the jungle now, and it looks like Meepo has done the same. And they need to keep an eye on his farm, or at least keep an eye on the Meepo. He's gonna get out of control. Nice play there from Aoi, getting a stun onto the creep. The roll gonna come in from Dubu. He's gonna tank a couple of towers. He has to watch out, because they know there's no stun. And now Abed actually going for the gank here onto Aoi. He was not expecting this one, as usually Abed is jungling right here, and they're smoked up looking for him, but instead he made the unexpected play going for the gank bottom onto Aoi, which they knew was left alone, and he'll end up going down. MSS is going to TP to try to stop this push onto the tower, and this might be a kill potentially as he gets the Earth Splitter off. Boba is only level 5 and he will find that kill, but now Abed coming in. Oh, nice play there from Rose, almost saving MSS there, but not enough, as the nuke damage from the poof was enough to finish off the kill. And Abed gets 2 kills for himself, and he's going to be very farmed. And he should be quite worried at this point in time of how he's doing. SVG only level 3. Aoi up to level 5, but that's very underleveled for a carry bench. They're about to lose their safe lane tower, and if they lose this is going to be disastrous. And if they simultaneously lose top and bottom tier 1, I mean, that's going to be a very rough game from them from there. SVG just wants to get some levels mid, but he has to watch out. At any time, Abed can rotate in and solo kill him at this point in time. Envy gonna try to slow the push in the top lane. He ran into an Earth Spirit here, but he's a bit too tanky with the strength treads for Mason to try to kill at this point, especially with TP rotations coming in. They're gonna go into Abed in the mid lane here. This is gonna be a big kill if they can get it, but no, both Mason as well as Dubu are already here for the counter gank, and they find that quick kill onto MSS. And the bot lane still under a lot of pressure from Abaddon as well as the Kato, and they will manage to take out this tower. Very fast tier 1 tower for Onyx here, and NP definitely need to be worried. And I like this play here from them, placing the wards to try to scout out Onyx's rotations in their jungle, as well as specifically Abed. But now they're moving very quickly from lane to lane. They just showed themselves mid with that Omni Slash kill onto MSS, but now they've rotated bot to try to kill Aoi. He will get a nice swap and get himself away, so they won't be able to finish off that kill, but I mean, nice attempt there from Onyx. Moving straight past NP vision and catching Aoi off guard. He's gonna have to go back to base, even if they don't kill him. I mean, it is forcing him away from the lane. and definitely slowing his farm. MSS gonna try to get the kill onto Boba, but with his ultimate pop, he's gonna be able to get away. In the mid lane, these supports just trying to get their levels up. They need level 6 on the Winter Wyvern. I say that's a bit more important than level 6 on Ogre, but the lower cooldown on his spells is not bad either. He's quite under farmed at this point as well.
No breaking down the radiant structures.
Envy does have his completed armlet. In terms of Envy's farm, I would say he's at the top right now. He's doing very good for himself. But NP just lost their jungle here with losing this tier 1 tower at bottom, and now heroes are pretty much able to play like super deep down here, and there's really nothing they can do. I mean, MSS can try to go in for a kill, but I mean, they show themselves for a brief second, they back away here, and it's hard to fight without some type of warding in this area, and they can't really commit wards all the way down here just to catch out split pushing heroes. And with that, Onyx just gonna group up and try to take this mid tier 1 now as well. And with the healing ward on Jug as well as the Abaddon, they should be able to do this quite easily. Envy wants to go in to hit the healing ward, but it'll be microed away by Mason, and they will be successful in defending the tower for now. Had to commit a decent amount of resources to do so, and they're pretty good at defending towers, by the way, themselves. They have the Splinter Blast as well as the Astral Spirit and Stop as well as Acid Spray. Aoi is quite under farmed, as well as a bit under leveled as well compared to Mason. I mean, Mason's level 9, Aoi is only level 6. He's the same level as Demon, who's pretty much able to free farm at this point. We see him down here and he's just being a nuisance, constantly pushing in this bot lane, and once he gets a bit more confident, because his team is creating space somewhere else on the map, I mean, I would say he just stays down here and just constantly pushes this tower in, forcing either Envy or Aoi to go back and defend, and potentially they can set up ganks with it as well. And because Kato pushes the wave just from fog, I mean, they're gonna see him for brief glimpses, but they can't really catch an eye on him, and at any point in time he can just walk somewhere else and TP away, and they just wasted their time rotating over here while their mid lane is being pressured. And Demon has the perfect ability to just play this greedy. While nice deny there from Envy. They will lose their mid tower though, so that's more map control taken away, and they don't want to lose this much map control against Meepo. But I mean, just because of how the laning stage went, they're just pretty much forced into it. Another top tower being pressured as well by Abed. Rose will have his level 6 now, and as I said before, someone's gonna go down here to farm, and this time it will be Aoi because of the pressure created by the Kato. But now Envy gonna run into Mason. He's not gonna commit his Omni Slash. He sees the Winter Wyvern. The Cold Embrace will just come through, but now Aoi has to be careful as all of Onyx has rotated bottom. This was pretty much as expected to be their next play, and NP will have to make the decision whether they want to give away this tower or not. And I think they're not ready to defend. Oh, as I say that, there's going to be a TPN coming from Rose. He will get the swap away as well as the Cold Embrace off, and this is looking to be a pretty decent fight now for NP. They baited that one, and they will find the kill onto Dubu. Their top tower will end up going down to Abed. Now Demon in trouble as well. They get the Stomp to cancel his TP, and that's 2 kills for Envy. A nice bait set up there by NP. They expected all of Onyx to be here, and they were prepared. Baiting the Winter Wyvern TP, they knew they had the swap out as well as the Cold Embrace to keep him alive. And even if Meepo showed up down here by surprise, they would have saved the Winter Wyvern and got that Winter's Curse off to turn the fight as well. Really well played there by NP. But Onyx only ended up losing both of their supports there, so not the biggest deal, but that was Envy getting both of those kills, and that's going to help him get a very fast Radiance right now. And Aoi just pushing out the top wave. He's still very under farmed. He's going to have his helm shortly. Let's compare his level 2 Juggernaut and see he's very far behind. And now they're suspecting Aegis or something going on. They're going to send a Spirit going in to just check for Abed, but he's not going to be there. And they might just rotate this into a bait onto Envy, show himself solo now in the mid lane. And oh, now Aoi will run into Boba, but they can't go onto an Abaddon at this point in time, and they're just going to back themselves away. Bit of a wasted smoke here from NP, but I mean, not the biggest deal. It would have been a pretty big play there if they caught Onyx in the Rush Pit, but I don't think Onyx is going to go for that quite yet. they do see the level on the Meepo, and they know that it's roughly around the time where you can be rushing. And if you look at the build onto Meepo, which I actually don't think NP have got a chance to see, he has a Blink Dagger as well as a ultimate of building into a Hex. He wants to just go for those solo kills. And that's going to be very scary if they can see what the Meepo actually has there. But it's hard to find the real Meepo and see what items he has. They should see it now with this ward, and I'd be surprised if they're pinging out. Oh, he has Blink and he's going Hex. Bot lane Rose against Onyx again. I would assume that Onyx's team is just located all bottom here. They don't spot him out with this ward, but you can expect that the supports are sitting behind somewhere. And they're going to try to stall this again. They don't want to lose this tier 2 bottom for free. And I think they want to fight at this point. They know that if Onyx do go for a full team fight, they definitely have the advantage. With the nice cold embrace onto Meepo, they definitely can just turn the fight around regardless of how far they are behind in net worth at this point in time. And I don't even think they're behind. Envy is very farming. He has the Radiance as well. They get a nice cold embrace onto Mason just to lock him down. But the shield will keep him away for a bit. Abed was just rushing during this time. Roosh will go down. The Omni Slash comes through. It will bounce across multiple heroes, so not doing that much damage. But oh my god, Boba's just keeping Mason alive and they can't kill him. And he will have the healing ward in 10 seconds. Oh. Boba's ultimate will end up being popped there. But, I mean, not that big of a deal. I think they're going to go back, take this tower. This ward by NP definitely can set something up for them, but oh no, Abed coming in from behind the tower will find a kill here onto Envy with the stun coming in from Dubu. From the fog, Envy will go down. And the tower will go down as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Onyx actually just continue the push here and try to take a tier 3 like they did in the last game. They have the healing ward to bring everyone back alive, and I think NP realized this, and they're going to try to defend. Oh, no, Abed goes in aggressively onto Aoi. That's a very big kill. The buyback immediately comes from Envy. They want to defend this. They do not want to lose their tier 3 there, as that's their shrine's gone. Looks like Aoi won't have to commit his buyback, but Envy did have to use his, and it's going to hurt him quite a bit there. Look at his level. He's pretty under-leveled compared to the Meepo now, who did get that solo rush off. He's level 18 with level 3 in his ultimate now. And he's very strong at this point in time, and it's going to only be stronger once he picks up that Hex. At any point in time, if someone on the side of NP gets caught alone, he can show up and go for that solo kill. And that's meaning heroes like Envy, who want to split push this game, will not be able to. And added to how far behind Aoi is already, this is going to be a very hard game at this point for NP. They do not want that Meepo to get out of control, but I felt like they had no choice. There's so much pressure on other parts of the map because of the Abaddon and the Jug that Abed was pretty much able to do whatever he wanted and more. He got that 2 kills in the bot lane, he got solo Rosh for himself, and very smart play here from Onyx, not using the Meepo to teamfight. And this is going to be the critical time in the game for NP. They need to survive this Aegis on the Meepo. At any point in time, this game can just end if Onyx get a good initiation off. They have to play very careful, but because they are playing this cautious, oh, they will go aggressively on the Meepo. They might be able to finish off a kill. They know his team is not nearby, and he will end up going down, but this might be a disaster as Dubu goes in with the initiation with the Magnetize. Onyx has, or Abed has respawned. He will take out the Winter Wave, the most dangerous hero for him, and now they're coming in, and MSS looks to go down here as well as Envy. And they clean up Ultra Kill for Abed, Rampage for Abed. And NP getting a bit ahead of themselves. I said they needed to play cautious, but instead they went aggressive. They take out the Aegis, but it's just an Aegis. He respawns, cleans up everybody. Full 5-man wipe for Abed, and now he's just a monster. Level 20 now for him. I think Coddle should have an Ag soon as well, and they're going straight bottom. No Envy's dead for 20 seconds without buyback. The rest of NP will spawn in time, but they're literally creeps right now to Abed. He can wipe out any hero in a matter of not just seconds, but fractions of a second. Aoi goes with the swap in onto Mason, but he's going to spin and get out. And they know the Winter Wyvern has not used her ultimate yet, so they will back away. Very smart play from there by Onyx. They don't want to lose the huge advantage they have, and they just need to create a chaotic fight, wait for the Coddle Ags, which will give them the vision as well, and they still have a pretty decent timing on daytime. About a 1 minute left, or 1 minute 30 seconds left on daytime. They can go for a smoke and just look to close out the game. Abed going straight into a Ethereal Blade, and that's gonna allow him to hit like a truck. And when you look at the Abaddon here, he's even just going into an Ags to buff up the Meepo, help tank some damage as well. Demon sending a blast through, and I think NP feeling desperation right now. They want to get anything, any type of kill to slow down Onyx, and they'll find Dubu. The stun comes through, and they will take him out. I mean, that's just the Earth Spirit. They're gonna group up now and try to take a tower. They know in terms of a full team fight scenario, they still have the advantage if they can keep Rose alive to get the counter initiation with his Winter's Curse, but I feel like they're not even confident enough to do so there, because they know the Meatpaw is Hex, and at any point in time, if they have the superior vision on the side of Onyx, they can jump the Winter Wyvern with the Hex and take him out before he's able to cast any of his spells. So they're just gonna back away there and comb through their jungle to the best of their ability, but you see right now they're playing as 5. They can't split up against his Meepo, otherwise they're just gonna get solo killed, and from there the game can just end. Boba pushing in through the top lane, and I called NP as one of the favorites to qualify for Kiev, but now it looks like they're on the verge of getting eliminated by Onyx, who will end up to go ahead and play Complexity in the finals for a spot at Kiev Major. And people were counting out Complexity, but right now I say both these teams have a very good chance of making it through. NP situation looking grim. All I can say for them right now is they just gotta hope and pray for one good team fight, similar to the last game, and they can turn this game around. But Onyx playing very disciplined right now. You saw how they didn't even go for this bot tier 3. It looked juicy, but they're playing very safe. They know that at any point in time, if NP can get a good team fight, this game can definitely change. And what is going on here? Envy's Manta style. He's trying to buy the ultimate orb so bad, but he knows that he can't get to his own secret shop, so he sent the courier all the way bottom. It's just scouting out right now as well. Does he have the gold for it? He does, but he's afraid of it getting caught out, so he's waiting for heroes to show on the map. That's pretty funny. That just shows how bad a position NPR right now. And he actually can just buy. Yeah, he can actually just buy it now because he realized, oh shit, I can just go to my secret shop. But now my Manta recipe is like stuck in their side of the base. Envy, what is going on? Alright, this is a Mission Impossible courier right now. Let's watch his journey. Will he make it safely back to his owner? And I think he will. Oh, there you go, Envy. Manta style completed for him. Bobo actually ended up going for the Solar Crest. Pretty decent item as well. I'm gonna help them rush a lot faster. Rose really wants this blink, but I mean, he can't farm anywhere at this point. The map's entirely taken over by Onyx, and I think at this one in time, NP is just waiting. They want to get that team fight off, and it's gonna pretty much force them to execute perfectly. If anything goes wrong in that fight at all, the game is over just like that, while Onyx are waiting for the next rush. I feel like they definitely have the timer set, so they'll know roughly when it will spawn, but can they even contest there is the thing. Envy gonna farm up to the best of ability, but we see how choked out NP are right now. Most of their heroes are just sitting in their base or somewhere near their base, while Onyx are just farming the entire map. I mean, we don't directly see it because we're only from NP's perspective, but they're gonna go on to Abaddon now. They don't know what's coming, but NP will run into a rude surprise as Mason is here with the Omni Slash onto Howie. He'll be saved for now by the Cold Embrace, but won't help him against the spin. Dubu gets in with a nice stun. He'll end up going down there. His team's not quite ready to come in with him. So just 1-for-1 trade right now, but that is a 1-position Venge. Even though we see he's about the lower level than the Coddle, that is the 1-position Venge. And you see Aoi just going straight for the Shadow Blade to potentially set up a kill for his team. I mean, anything helps at this point, and any kill helps immensely. But they ideally want to kill a core, either the Jug or the Meepo. They probably know Roshan is going on right now, but without Aoi, they can't really contest, and it will go down, picked up again from Abed.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
And I think giving Abed that first Roshan was just a disaster for NP. They didn't even win the fight that they took while he was rushing because of that Abaddon saving Mason. In hindsight, I mean, they're probably kicking themselves. They're like, we should have just let the tower go and try to kill Abed instead in the Rosh bit. Instead, they got baited into this fight here. Mason survived, and they lost the Aegis. Rose is getting close to his Blink Dagger. We see that SVG is actually buying all of the support items to make sure that he can just get that through passive gold and like farming creep waves coming in with his Splinter Blast. He's not even confident enough to go out to shoot out his Splinter Blast there, as he is afraid to get jumped by Onyx. And this is the last stand for NP. Oh no. Envy getting caught out by Abed. He'll be hexed up. Godlike streak for him, and that's no buyback for Envy.
They're godlike.
They have to hold 50 seconds without Envy against a Meepo with Aegis, as well as a Jug and Abaddon. This tower will go down for sure, and most likely the Rax as well. They steal the Alpha Wolf from Mason, but look at Abed doing work right now. Alright, this is one barracks gone. Oh, huge play here from Rose, getting the ultimate off onto Mason, but it won't matter. They have the E-Blade, and they didn't catch the main Meepo, so the E-Blade will just save Mason from getting killed by his own teammate there, and they're just gonna go onto this mid set of Rax as well as tier 3. Sending nets to the Kato Blast, healing everyone up, and I don't think there's anything that NP can do at this point. Their biggest spell, the Winter Wyvern's ultimate, was used, and now it's on cooldown. They have to kill Meepo twice, as well as do buyback, I believe, and he just built a Diffusal 3. Now Envy is in. He's gonna be melted. The swap saving him for now. Actually purchased up a BKB to try to fight. He's healing up right now with his ultimate, and he's gonna be able to kill Mason. Now Abed will fall once, but they gotta kill him twice. Envy manning up against the world. The buyback coming out from MSS, but Abed still actually has not died yet. Now he will. Boba falling low. The shrines will be popped. Envy's ultimate still on cooldown for a bit. He did already lose his mid-rack. The stun coming through. His ultimate still on cooldown. He will get taken out here by Abed, and he's dead for 60 seconds without buyback. The only casualty for Onyx there being Mason. Bobo's sticking around. He wants to finish off the range, but they're like, alright, can you chill? Can you chill? We just push top, guys. And they're backing themselves away. Everything committed there from NP, and they still weren't able to hold. They lost one set of racks and a half. And now Abed is pushing straight through the top lane. And they still have Daytown for another minute and a half. They're going to work on the shrine in the meantime as well. And with the Ags onto Boba, I don't see how NP kill Onyx. Envy bought out there with the BKB, and that allowed him to man up. But it was still not enough. Now, Meepo just completely bought out. He has 2 E-Blades right now, and he'll literally melt a hero in a matter of seconds. Not heroes. I didn't just say hero. Heroes. He can clear through the entire team in, I would say, 3 seconds if he's able to hit them. And, oh, Aoi gets a nice swap, and Winter's Curse in as well. They caught the main Meepo, so they will kill him here, maybe. No! The E-Blade finally comes out. The heal comes out from the Karo, as well as the healing ward. They're melting down Envy. That's an Alchemist there, but he's falling like butter. And now the Rax will fall. Mason is just coming in as well with the auto attacks. I mean, at this point in time, he's pretty much a healing ward. Onyx is the star, or Abed is the star of Onyx right now, and he's clearing through NP. GG is going to be called, and NP is going to be eliminated from the Kiev major qualifiers. A sad day for NP fans out there, but Onyx showing an impressive strategy here, set around the Meepo. Caught NP off guard. They had to switch up their strategy. They definitely just wanted that Elder Titan to act as a support, but they realized that they didn't have the best way to deal with the Meepo. They had to go with that last pick, Winter Raven, switching Elder Titan into a offlaner, and I felt like they just got outmaneuvered in the laning stage. They lost their safe lane very hard, and off of that they weren't able to recover. Envy had a good time, and MSS had a pretty decent time as well in his lane, but losing their safe lane that hard, the supports were under-leveled, Aoi was under-leveled, and they were able to just be bullied. Onyx just ran down tower after tower with 4 heroes, while Abed was just doing whatever he wanted. And with that, he cleared Aegis for himself, and all it took was one fight to blow the game open for Onyx, and from there, it was pretty much a grim situation for NP. I hope to see more of them in the future if they're going to stay together as a team, but definitely got to congratulate Onyx for this one and taking the series 2-0 against NP. See you guys in future videos, and I hope you stick around for more content like this, and peace out.